Jenny, will Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship be the main event Saturday morning at Elimination Chamber? What do you think?
I'm guessing not. What do you think?
I think there's a slight possibility could be just due to the fact that it's in Rhea's home country, and maybe they want to do like a weird, like if Becky wins the chamber, and maybe she comes out and has like a nice closing image of the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, and Rhea's going to be an absolute star in Perth. So I think there's a
Yes,
small sliver, but I would assume that it's probably going to be the men's chamber, which is
chamber.
ever.
It's hard to follow the chamber, so yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think Rhea is going to be a massive star. Well, overall, what are your thoughts on Rhea? Pretty much a
Oh,
year into her title reign here.
I'm sorry. How much time do we have? Because I mean, everybody knows I'm a huge Charlotte fan, but right behind her is Rhea Ripley. Her evolution, even from NXT to
Mhm,
being this dominant champion, to being the brains and the beauty and the brawn of Judgment Day.
mhm.
She rules that shit as she should. She has such an interesting presence in the company. Her look is so unique. Her
Mhm.
skill set is amazing. Her body is sick. She seems so lovely, so down to earth. She interacts with her fans all the time,
Yeah.
and she just has over delivered in every single way as champion.
Yeah, she's unbelievable. Actually, one of my questions was going to be to you. Charlotte is God tier. What tier
Yeah,
is Rhea? But it sounds like she's creeping up there. Can you ever see her getting on that Charlotte tier for you?
I can honestly, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know what it would take. She's just special to me.
I feel like a Rhea Ripley interaction in person would probably get
You
you to
know,
there.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
That would probably do it.
Yeah, but she has such a unique presence and
Mhm.
charisma, and her growth. Because even in like for 2021, when she was originally called up to the main roster,
Yes.
so to speak, you could see the deer in the headlights or the nervousness come across on the screen with her, and yeah, that ain't no more. It's mommy time for real. And she's just kind of grown into this main event, not even of the women's division, main event character within this company. And
Yes.
it's very like China esque with even more upside.
Yes. I love
Yeah,
that comp. I love China, so I love that
yeah,
comp a lot. And
yeah, just from like a
actually,
star power and a crossover type of thing.
one of the first T-shirts I bought was Rhea Ripley T-shirt. I still have it. I almost wore it tonight, but I ended up changing my mind. But like, I loved her even when she was green like that.
I met her March of 2022 or March of 2020, right before like COVID, the world shut down at an Evolve
Hmm.
show in Massachusetts, up in Boston. And she was just so cool and humble and just so genuine. And yeah, she rules. I'm not surprised of her success, but I'm just
No.
really, I'm surprised of her, like her connection to the whole
Hmm.
industry, really, because
Hmm.
even she's like a meme across all platforms, really. She's
Right.
just so recognizable. And yeah, I think the sky's the limit from a star power standpoint with her. And I'm real curious of where she's going to kind of in 5 years. Where is she in within this company?
Hmm.
I'm not going to say that she's going to like go face a man someday in like an important match or whatever.
I'm
But
sorry. I'll
I
say it. I'll say that.
but
Give me
I
the
could see like face
Intercontinental title. Just saying.
perhaps you never know with Triple H. I'm sure he's a big fan of China, and I could see him perhaps maybe wanting to do something
Mhm.
similar to that down the road. And she's the top candidate for that. So outscope, I'm kind of curious where she lands. Let's go across the aisle here. Her opponent, Nia Jax here. It's been about a little over 6, 7 months since she's been back,
Mhm.
arriving within the company, attacking Rhea on a random Monday Night Raw. And there was a plan for her. There's been a real focus and an energy to getting her up to this status to face Rhea Ripley in her home country. It's going to be 100% Rhea Ripley and
Mhm.
0% Nia Jax from a standpoint. But I think it's the perfect role from her, not just because no one likes
Yes.
her, but just the size factor, not a negative way, but just the dominance factor from a character standpoint, aura. She just is commanding, and I don't know. I don't want to say that I think she's awesome or great, but I think she's perfect within this role to be a foil to Rhea here on this morning.
Yeah, I think you're right. I totally agree with all those points. I'm not a huge Nia fan. I kind of never have been.
Yeah.
She also has been injured a lot of the times, and caused injury a lot of the times that I've been watching. But yes, I would agree she's perfectly booked to have this huge homecoming match with Rhea. Size-wise, I agree, totally interesting matchup in that way,
Mhm.
and it it will challenge Rhea, I think, in some ways because of that. I think the size is a factor that will come into play. Rhea doesn't typically face a lot of hosses like this,
Mhm.
so I feel like it might be a physical challenge for her, which is kind of
Yeah.
much needed at this point. She's dominated everyone else.
Yeah, I love the aura and the energy that Rhea has brought on her eagerness to kinda get at Nia. Nia's
Mhm.
really dominated her, especially on the first night, like I mentioned, even recently all the way up to the last Monday Night Raw, which Rhea just had enough, and
Mhm.
it's kinda like Rhea's dipping into her insecurities a bit, and that's good for her character because she's been so dominant the last year. For her to kinda dig into her insecurities, the Judgment Day might be long for the tooth, and I could see Rhea Ripley coming on the face side of this. So for her to kind of
Yes.
dip into her insecurities here, and really just kind of not on a women's scale because she's pretty dominant on the women's side of things, but on the male side of things, cheated for the Judgment Day and had
Mm.
dirty tactics and whatnot, whatever. So for her to kind of shed that and just really be that epic woman, I think that could bring her to the next level. And I think this is the first step of kind of getting her there. I think Becky is obviously the target for WrestleMania as it should be.
Yes. Agree.
So I'm curious coming out of that, if one, what's the result, and two, what side of the fence Rhea Ripley ends up on.
I think that Becky will probably play a part in their match, maybe, cause some trouble there for Rhea. At the end of WrestleMania, I gotta say, I don't expect a title change, in my opinion, even if it is Becky Lynch. I think it'll be a hell of a match, not gonna lie.
Mhm.
The man versus mommy. But yeah, I still kind of, she got gas in the tank for me still as champ.
Yeah, a lot of innuendos with the man, the mommy, and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of testosterone bouncing around there. But those two characters clashing at WrestleMania, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But I'm also looking forward to this match here. We assume 100% Rhea Ripley wins this, or do they have some like tactics to kind of pull one out on us, as they
No,
shouldn't?
no.
But you never know.
No, champ retains, no doubt about it in my mind. Um, Quality of match, I think, depends on Nia.
You know what I would do?
Honestly.
I would just run him out there and have go Brock Goldberg WrestleMania 33 and just
Yeah.
sprint it.
All right.
All right, Jenny. So there's not many matches on here tonight, but I think this one has a small chance. I don't want to be a show stealer, but to be a like a show surprise from a good
Mhm.
quality standpoint.
I would agree, and I wouldn't be surprised to be surprised.
Yeah, as it should. But yeah, give me that Goldberg Brock energy and just let him go out there, and the crowd's gonna be molten hot. It's probably gonna be like Puerto Rico for Zelina,
For
but for
Selena, yeah.
Rhea on the other side. So
Mhm.
it's gonna be an electric atmosphere. And I would say open with this, but perhaps a small sliver that they may close with it. I wouldn't think that's wild.
Give me an opener.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet at 5 a.m. in the morning. So Jay, last question. Are you gonna get up and watch this?
I haven't decided yet. I
Or
mean,
stay up and watch this? Whatever.
well,
You know,
hell,
Florida's a
hell,
little
you
wild.
never know. I might still be up and just put it on.
Hey, Pensacola life is wild, so you never know.
You're right.
All right, Jenny, this was fun as always, and thank you
Of
for
course.
jumping on.
Thank you for having me.
I'll see you at WrestleMania season.
Yes, sir.